Okay, and here we have my wheel stand pro adapted, which I call it like the go-kart edition. You know, the go-kart I call it because if you look at the back wheels and the front, the small ones, you know, it's kind of like a little racer, and I adapted it this way because well, simply you'll have loads of people out there that are using proper cockpits. They got triple screens, motion platforms, you know, you name it, they've got it that works, but it takes up loads of room. And obviously, the other thing is you can get a play seat challenge or next level folding seats, which again, some people might even struggle just to have them or put them away or whatever, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I wanted to adapt something with what I had. So I had a wheel stand pro, and what I did with this was normally this pole would be up here, and this here would be your platform to put your pedals on. Now, obviously, the pedals would be facing that way because the stand here would be going up here, you see. So your feet, you'll be up there on a chair, your feet are dangling down here and you press the pedals. But what I did was I folded this down this way, and then my T300RS would be normally facing that way as I set up there, but I've faced it the other way so that it kind of looks like a go-kart because you've got your thing here, and this can come down like it would normally there, but obviously where I've got my feet there and this out here, it's perfect for me for what I need on the bed, you see. And I've got these T-Lcm pedals recently. I used to have the 2 pedal ones and they work fine. What I did, I had them somewhere here in a similar region, but they were so small they sort of sat to here. But these are a lot bigger, which means they can sit nicely from one edge. You can see there's the corner of the what I class as the wheel, and it sits right on the edge there to the other side on the pole, so it keeps it nice and taut. Now what I did was I velcroed a few bits, like a couple of bits there. I used the original, I didn't get a new plate, I just used the original plate to hold that in place at the front, and that just stops it sliding forward. And then there's these little ridges here that stop it going backwards, and then I just tied a couple of velcros under the back and through, and that holds it down, plus with this holding and that holding, and nothing slides away, slides back, slides forward, slides sideways. I mean, you could see here if I lift it, look, it's just lifting the whole thing. There's no play, there's no like little bit of movement or anything. Like literally I can hold it from any area and it just is solid. Now these pedals, I've gave them a little go last night and they're brilliant. I mean, as I say, there's much more pressure on the brake, and that is using the standard springs that came with it. I did not change the springs at all, right? And I found for what I needed on the bed, it was absolutely perfect. It had a lot of, you know, I could literally put some pressure on and it's like 50-ish% sort of thing, and then you just jam it, probably just under 50%, and you just jam it if you really want to get that sort of full 100%. I didn't need to go with the red springs, and this worked out of the box, the whole thing. All I did was plug it in the base, plugged it into the bottom of here, and I just plugged it in. I was already on firmware 31 from a while ago, and it just worked. Everything, I just tested them out and they all worked. I didn't have to, you know, do no setting up. I didn't have to change the springs, everything. It was like plug and play straight out of the box. Didn't have to do a damn thing. All I had to do was attach it to my Go-Kart Edition Wheel Stand Pro. Now, you can see what I liked about this is if you look down there, I've got a gap in there, and that's because when this pole came down, I wanted it to fit right between, can you see here? I wanted it to fit right between the pedals. So I had my brake and my throttle on the right and my clutch with my left foot if I needed it. So all I did was I moved the 2 pins that were in the middle, the 2 bolts to the side, so it would move it that way more, and the same with the brake the other way, so that it would easily go in between. And as you can see, I've used it already and it hasn't moved. Nothing touches. My leg don't kick this, my foot, nothing touches. And even this, if I push it down, it misses your little lever there. You know, nothing touches anywhere. I didn't get any problems. I used my socks with this and it did not give me any fatigue or anything. I didn't hurt on this, you know, sort of plate or on here with my socks on. Nothing hurt at all in a good, you know, few hours of practicing and driving and stuff. But yeah, this is brilliant. I mean, everything fits perfect. I love using things that I've already got instead of getting more stuff or trying to buy maybe another adapter to go on it. I could have, but you know, I just wanted to see what was possible, really. And I know I love it. I'll have to do some videos showing running the thing to show you what it's like. But the other reason that I come up with this idea to use on the bed was for the simple reason of noise. Now, downstairs, because I've got it upstairs, anybody that's downstairs, all I hear is just vibration through the floor. So God knows what the neighbours might think if it vibrates their way. But they'd be like, "Whoa, what was that noise? I keep him like banging or vibrating," and you're like, "Oh no, it's just my, you know, my force feedback in my wheel, and it's vibrating through the floor." So that's why I thought, if I do it on the bed, it'll suppress that, so it won't be noisy, but at the same time, it saves space. So it kind of like kills two birds with one stone. So why not? So that's what I did. I come up with this little, you know, idea of converting everything. And you might think, oh no, if you know, you haven't got the stand up here, it's going to fall or it's not going to be strong. I'm telling you now, I was using it last night. I've used it for a long time, and that pole has not moved because it's taut, nice and secure. I can literally lift the whole thing, even with the pole on. As you can see, I'm lifting it now, and nothing, you know, literally just lift it up as a whole, like that, put it down, and that's it. I mean, the whole thing, even if I pull it up here, if I grab underneath, lift it, look, see, there, I'll grab it here, no, I'll grab it at the front. You know, it's secure, it's solid as a rock, and as you can see, still sits there. And also there's, you got the gap between the two, and as I say, I've been using this all the time. Anyway, I'll do some videos another time playing it to show you what it's like on the bed. All I've got behind me is like for your pillar, so obviously you're sitting up, you're not going to be laying down, you know. What I've got is like one of these like adjustable bed rests where you can lift up different levels. You can have your, you know, your pillars up, sat upright, you can go down a level, you know, you could just adjust it to where you like. And that's what I use behind me with a pillow. It's a nice thing. And I use a VR, and the VR means I don't need triple screens, I don't need a motion platform, I don't need nothing. I've got everything I need on the bed, and that's all I will be using. So anyway, again, I'll do another video another time showing it playing for now, thanks for watching the video. See you again.